So one of the questions that I get asked all the time is, how do you go out to eat and order something off the menu that's not really bad for you? So that's a huge challenge for many reasons. Number one, the main challenge is you have all these great tasting options. You want them all. You don't know how to order. You want fried food. You want baked goods at the end. You want desserts. You want all sorts of things that really you shouldn't be having. Why? Because they're heavily caloric. They're loaded with sugar. They're loaded with sodium. They're loaded with all the things that are bad for you. So how do you combat that? You go out to eat. You're in a restaurant. Most of these smaller restaurants nowadays are catering to people with health needs. The larger restaurants and the chain restaurants are definitely catering to people with special needs. So it becomes a little more simple in those places. So this is what I like to do. I always think this way: broiled or grilled instead of fried. This is what you want to do. You want to get whole meats. You want to get white fish. You want to get plain chicken or turkey. You want to get salmon. Even your red meat, your steaks. You want to get lean cuts of red meat. Sirloins and fillets are always best. When you want to think white fish, if you're broiling fish, flounder, skip the tilapia, guys. It's tank raised. It's a really terrible fish for you. I know it's lean and I get it. I understand the benefits. But if you're going to go to a restaurant, tilapia's on the menu and Dover sole's on the menu or flounder's on the menu, stick to the sole and stick to the flounder. You don't want the tilapia. Okay? When it comes to chicken, you want to get breasts. You don't want to get thighs and wings and all that other stuff because they're so fatty. Typically fried, typically layered with butter. Okay, so here's how to do it. When you order off the menu, tell the waiter you want it either grilled or broiled. Tell them you don't want the grilled to have any butter on it. Tell them to just use sprays in case instead of olive oil. So when I was bodybuilding, we had different times a year, and I used to eat differently depending on the time of year. So if there wasn't a contest in sight, I'd go to my favorite restaurant, and oftentimes it was a place like the Outback or even like the Houlihan's or one of those chains, Cheesecake Factories, and I'd want to eat. So of course you see stuff on the menu like cheeseburgers, French fries. I want to use that as a specific example. With cheeseburgers and French fries, for example, if you order cheeseburger and fries, it's typically about 1,500 calories just for that meal. Think about that. Those are the calories that you should be consuming or almost consuming on a daily basis if you're an ordinary person. And you're getting it from one meal, cheeseburger, fries. Ridiculous. So how do you combat that? How do you make sure that you can sit down to a meal like that, still enjoy what you're eating, but really get the benefits? And I'll tell you what, if you do it strategically, you can get that meal down to about 300 calories, and here's how. Cheeseburger, fries, you have a bun, you typically have bacon, you definitely have at least one slice of cheese, in some cases two. Deep fried potatoes that are usually sodium laden and then fried in lard, or at the very least, very bad oil for you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take that cheeseburger, you have the cheeseburger, instead of having fries, go with a mashed potato option. Big deal, because mashed is better than fried. Those potatoes are typically baked, then they're mashed, then of course there's butter and cream added to it and some sodium. However, it's still not fried, so it's a better option. An even better option to mashed potatoes is a baked potato. You get butter and sour cream on the side, and you add your own butter and sour cream. A tablespoon of each usually flavors a potato really, really nicely. Add some salt and pepper, and you have a great meal. So now you went from having a cheeseburger and fries to cheeseburger and baked potato. You're cutting down about 700 or 800 calories just by doing that. If you want to take it a step further, you can get the burger without the bun, get some lettuce, tomato on the side, and get a baked potato with sour cream and butter. And now you have a meal that's about 350 to 400 calories, the absolute most, depending on the size of the potato or burger, of course. But that will make a typical meal out in a restaurant a hell of a lot healthier and a much better choice than what you can typically have.